Hi.
Well, hello, Terry.
Oh, nice to see you.
Hello, Paul McCartney.
I want to talk to you and the world about my friend Terry.
I'm Terry Ronald. I'm all of 84 these days. There I am in my directorial role.
We must tell you that, unfortunately, in the late 50s, Terry made the folly of a lifetime.
Someone told you the story, huh?
Yes.
He taped over the Quarrymen.
And they went on, of course, to be under a different name to become known as the Beatles. It is a story that, in retrospect, was a mistake.
Today he lives here in Dayton, Ohio, but he grew up in Liverpool, England.
There were many local Liverpool groups who played music, and they were known as basically as skiffle groups. I was a member of a skiffle group at the time. My contribution to the skiffle group I was in was the washboard. My musical talents have never extended beyond that. The right leg trying to get sticky at the station on the right hand line. Well, at the same time we were doing that, there was another group in Liverpool, and they became known initially as the Quarrymen. They broke out and wrote their own songs. And I thought to myself at the time, that's crazy. And they played at local pubs as well, including the Cavern in their case, which we never did play at, unfortunately. Can you believe that something like that would ever go somewhere? About that time in my life, I acquired a tape recorder. I had a student friend who lived in a room in an old Victorian house in Liverpool, and the woman who owned the house would let local groups practice there, local skiffle groups. I thought it'd be a good opportunity to try the tape recorder, so I took it along one day and recorded whatever group was playing, and I did that on 2 or 3 occasions. And of course I went on to use the tape for recording lectures and things, not knowing that the groups I'd recorded would one day be the Beatles.
He taped over it!
You happen to have access to the reel.
I do. This is it. Would you believe it? This very tape, somewhere on this tape, is a recording of the Beatles. In the very early days, people said, how could you do that? And I think to myself, how could I do that?
Poor Terry, how could you possibly have known he was taping over musical history?
Somewhere on there is the Beatles. That very piece of tape.
So, Paul, do you remember Terry? He would have looked like this at the time.
For some reason, they decided to do a headshot of me.
And a couple years after that, your paths crossed again when he would have set up lighting at your performances at the University of Liverpool.
They were Liverpool lads, you know. You just tend to have conversations about Liverpool stuff.
What do you say we give Terry another chance?
How could he have known? He now has improved audio equipment. He volunteers here at the neighborhood church several times a week as their audio-visual technician. Such a nice guy.
Paul, why don't you come down to Dayton? Come over. He'll set up his stuff, you can play some music, and he'll get another recording. Let's do it. Let's give Terry some redemption.
They're still there, somewhere on that tape. They are still there in some molecular form, I like to believe.
If you are Paul, have your people contact us at terrytapedoverthebeatles@gmail.com, and we'll iron out the details from there. If you're not Paul, we encourage you to share this video so that eventually it will get to him. Thanks, and Paul, we look forward to hearing from you.